And hello guys, how you going? Welcome back to the channel. This morning, while I was waking up, scrolling through my news feeds, I saw something about Coles, Woolworths, Aldi and IGA all talking pretty much about the inflation and, you know, how the cost of living is rising for food and all that. And just bits and bobs about that pretty much. And I also did find a 9 to 10 year video. It was quite 9 or 10 years old. And the video was Curtis Stone doing a $10 and under Coles meal promotion, because I do vaguely remember that. That's been rattling my brains for a few days, and I really have wanted to try do a challenge for myself where I can come up with some $10 meals for you guys. But realistically, for a family, you know, if you had 4 children or more, I really don't think that you know, is too possible for too long at the moment, sadly. And also you need to take in consideration that, you know, people live in different parts of the world, and meat and vegetables and, you know, petrol and all those things are different prices all over the world. And, you know, it's just madness, isn't it, really? So instead of worrying so much about the dollar of, you know, for this much you can get this meal, because I can't guarantee that to anybody. Nobody really can. Sometimes you can find and score vegetables at varying prices, and same with meat. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just start up a thing on my channel here on Fridays called a Fun Frugal Friday, and I'm going to show you what we come up with every Friday, where I try to be a little frugal and show you guys how to make some yum delicious meals that aren't going to cost you you know, so much money, but they're still going to feed you and taste delicious. So today what we're going to come up with is, I picked up some cod that was on sale at $9.50 a kilo at Coles. So I paid $5.30 for that, and I've just simmered that up and cooked it up in a little bit of milk. And we're going to make some potato cakes. And this is a big 4 kilo bag of potatoes that I got from Woolworths. So I want to get started on those. And the other thing that we're going to go ahead and prep up will be a potato and leek soup. So that's only going to cost us about $5 to make. And the fish cakes, I've worked it out, it will be on average about $7. So yeah, just keep in mind, if you can't get cod or you don't like it, you could just do tuna cakes or even straight up potato cakes. So keep that in mind. So with the potatoes though, they are getting expensive. They're on average $7 to $8 a bag where we are at the moment. So that's, you know, between $3.50 and $4 for a kilo. So pretty expensive. So potato no longer is something that is so cheap to make. So keep that in mind. If you wanted to make a big potato bake for your family, you know, it always pays to go hunt around, which is why we've gone with the odd bunch of potatoes here. So for my family, this is going to last us about a month. So that works out to be about $1.15-ish per kilo. The only thing that I would say is I don't recommend, if you're going to get a Woolworths delivery, maybe not pick odd bunch things, because if you are going to get those, to be honest, you probably want to inspect them and make sure that they're pretty good. And yeah, these look pretty good. They look nice and dry. There's no wet spots in them, so I know they're not going to go old in a week. I also just quickly want to say that I do have some tics, so bear with that and push through all of that if you can. So yeah, I know it might be a little bit annoying, because sometimes I can be nervous and stuttering and all the rest of it. But yeah, anyway, I'll do my best. If I get too bad, I can always stop filming and come back. But anyway, so yeah, on the menu today, we're going to do some cod and potato fish cakes of some kind. We're going to do a soup, and we're going to go ahead and organise a salad for our afternoon home burgers, because that's what we're going to have tonight, because it's Friday and Friday's our busy day. So I like to get some prep done, so over the weekend we have some good stuff ready, so I don't have to spend my weekends in the kitchen and I can hang out with my kiddos. So yeah, as I said, the cod's ready to go. We're going to peel up some potatoes. I've got some leftovers from the cupboard that I'm going to peel first, and then when I've gone through those, I'll open up this bag and get out enough ready. So I'll peel up those and parboil those, mash them up. Okay, we're back, and what we're going to do now, we have our soup bubbling away in the back there, and in this bowl I have the mashed potato, 2 spring onions, and our cod. And again, I just kind of cooked that in a bit of milk and water earlier that I had seasoned up. And yeah, again, you can use a tin of tuna if you wanted to be even cheaper on this and do tuna and potato, or you could even, maybe you could just get a herb of some sort and do a potato cake and just do it full veggie if you wanted to, or maybe even some cheese. But again, because we're using smoked cod, it's really full of flavour, and this whole bowl smells pretty good, even though there's only a few ingredients in there. And when I cooked the cod, I added a little garlic powder, parsley, a bay leaf, just a little one, and then a little pepper, I think, and I just cooked that up. So that's also added to the flavour of that. And as I was flaking the fish in here, just to check that there was no bones, a few of those milk juices came into here. So that's going to help flavour the potato anyway. I'm not going to add salt because a toddler is going to be eating this, and I think the cod is salty enough. But if I was using tuna, I probably would anyway. And yeah, because we are trying to be frugal, you know, obviously wherever you are, you can add whatever vegetables you wanted to. You could do broccoli in here, carrot in here, or zucchini in here. You could do corn. But the potatoes that I've spent in here has only cost me about 50 or 60 cents. And then I paid $5 for the cod and my spring onions, so nothing really. So I'm going to go ahead and add a tin of garden peas. I don't know if that sounds strange to you or not. I just feel like it needs something, and then this cost me about 80 cents, I think. So yeah, we're going to add these in. And yeah, I'm not actually using a recipe, but I think normal fish cakes are like usually crumbed, but we're not going to have these until tomorrow. So I'm just going to shape them today and then sit them in my tray in the fridge so that they can get firm. And then tomorrow, I'll decide if I'm going to crumb them or not. We might even just shallow fry them in some oil and some butter and eat them that way, kind of like fish bubble and squeak, but not, you know. But anyway, I kind of wish I used frozen peas so it looked better on camera for you. But again, that would probably cost you a little bit more. The tin of these peas only cost me 80 cents. So yeah. Okay, so this is how much of the potato mixture that we have. So quite a lot there. Because our family is small, I'm probably going to go ahead and freeze some of these up, just because that's what I do in my house. But, you know, if there was 4 of you, you'd probably get at least two or three good patties out of this. I guess we're about to see, aren't we? And I think it would also depend on how big. They look pretty good, and all I've done is layer them in one of these glass Kmart dishes. I probably should have got a big one, but I had already committed and had fish on my hands, so we use this tray. I got 9 really big ones out of this batch. I know it'd probably be handy if I had an exact recipe for you guys, so I'm sorry about that. But anyway, so yeah, if you had a bigger family, maybe you could double it. But yeah, as I said, these are really big. If you wanted to do a bubble and squeak thickness level, you'd probably get easily 18 or 20 of these. And if you had a big family, I probably would suggest that, so each person could get a couple of smaller ones. But what we're probably going to end up doing is crumbing half of these, and I'll just probably shallow fry them quickly in my Pyrex pan and then finish them in the oven tomorrow and just serve them with some salad and veg. So that's probably what our dinner will be tomorrow. And then the other ones, once they're completely chilled and firmed, I will probably do the other half for another day. And because the cod is now cooked, it will chill quite nicely, and then I can freeze it. And then when we take it out of the freezer, yeah, I don't think there will be a problem with crumbing it and then cooking it again that way. So yeah, again, we got 9 really big ones and then a smaller one in the side. Yeah, they're all roughly about the same size, but yeah, sorry that there wasn't a recipe. So anyway, that's what they look like. Okay, and this is our soup. This is what it's looking like so far. We're going to add some more liquid to this in just a second. So in case you're wondering, out of the odd bunch, we ended up using about 9 to 10 small potatoes. I probably could have used a couple of more, considering it is a potato and leek soup. If I had a larger family, I definitely would have. But yeah, as I'm going to keep saying, our family's not that big. So, you know, I didn't worry so much about that. But yeah, if I did have a bigger family, I certainly would add some more. But yeah, so we probably used about $1 worth of potatoes in here. I used a third of the leek, and that was $2, so a third of that. And then we used 3 carrots that have been sitting in my fridge, and some celery that I bought at least a couple of weeks ago. So very cheap meal in here. We've got some water, a cube of chicken stock, and then we're going to chuck in a can of coconut milk that's also been sitting in my cupboard for too long. So I'm going to use that instead of using milk or cream, because the tin of coconut milk only cost us 80 cents. And then I also have this, and this has been sitting in my pantry for quite a while. I have mentioned before that sometimes I just use these packets to flavour other things. So this is an instance where that's going to happen. I saw this on a video quite a while back, and I wanted to try it. So I went ahead and got it. And we have used it for 2 other things. So I'm just going to go chuck the rest of this in there. Sour cream and chive flavour. I feel like, even though it's not for a soup, I feel like that will flavour a potato and leek soup pretty well. So we're going to flavour our coconut milk once again with this, and that probably cost me maybe $1.50 way back when. So anyway, really cheap. So we'll add a tin of coconut milk, tin here with water, and then I'll probably put the powdered cheese and chives, the cheese and chives powder in here, and then we will have a soup. And then I'll just season up with some salt and pepper. Usually I will add seasoning to my soups, but I just feel like keeping this really simple, and we are trying to be a bit more frugal. And considering it's just potato and leek, I want to keep it as simple as we can. Hopefully the coconut milk doesn't make it taste too funky. I feel like it would be pretty good. And turn that into a soup. Okay, so this is what our dinner looks like. We're going to go now. I just thought that I would show you what our home burgers ended up coming to look like. So yeah, if you're using the Coles buns, you can be real stingy with however much salad or however much you want. So yeah, keep that in mind. And that is our potato soup there, and I already tried it, and there's not a very strong flavour of coconut. So if you have little children that aren't keen on the coconut flavour, I think you'll still be okay. You still can taste the potatoes, and if you add a little garlic powder, it makes everything taste pretty good anyway. And there's just a little spoon of sour cream there and some pepper. So yeah, very cheap, affordable meal. And this is our home burger. If you had a larger family or bigger eaters, you could always get one of those $2 bag of Coles wedges and serve that, you know, home DIY burgers and chips or whatever. But this is what we're going to have today. So yeah, have a good night, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. And be frugal and fun and grateful and catches. Bye.